Buenos días, meine lieben Freunde, und willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Danganronpa. Im letzten Part haben wir die Investigation gemacht von Chapter 6 und mit Monokuma den Deal gemacht, dass wenn wir alle Geheimnisse der Schule lösen, wir gewinnen. Wenn wir es nicht tun, müssen wir alle sterben. Also Freunde, the Mastermind stands exposed and must pay for their crimes. Now all that's left is the looming mystery of Hope's Peak Academy itself. Ich habe diese Texte da unten noch nie gelesen, ne? Das sollte ich vielleicht mal einführen. Anyway. Wir sind heute übrigens auch in der Ice Edition, das heißt, ich werde wieder nebenbei essen. Ich mute mich dafür aber, weil sonst hört man alles.
This will be the final class trial. I've come up with a special rule.
Oh, Bo ist ja wirklich
So
dabei.
listen up. If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win. But if you can't, then I win. And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not. Bears never go back on their word.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Jetzt geht's los.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
What? Wieso kommst du jetzt damit?
Don't bother. I already know the answer.
Warum fragst du
You're all
denn?
the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me.
Was ist denn jetzt mit ihm?
Right, aren't I? I knew it.
Was ist denn jetzt mit ihm? Oh, it's a conspiracy. Oh mein Gott, die Illuminaten haben sich gegen ihn verschworen. Oh, Junge, voll der Typ, Alter. Peak-Typ.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you?
Ja, aber nicht gegen dich.
Evidence, so I know I'm right.
Oh, Evidence, ja genau.
Hey, you stole my line.
Warte, sie sagt das
You're
Gleiche?
all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
Seid ihr alle dumm oder so?
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on.
Was ist
This
hier
doesn't
eigentlich
make
mein
any
Handy?
sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Scheiße. Wo ist denn mein Handy hin, Leute? Ach, hier, ich hab's auf meinem Tisch. Ja, okay. Ja, okay, ich will mein Eis weiter essen, bevor es schmilzt.
Hey, you stole your all out to get
Ich
me.
liebe es, Eis zu essen im Winter, weil dann schmilzt es nicht so schnell, aber ich habe auch nicht ewig Zeit.
What kind of...
Oh, thank God. No, that's wrong.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
Let's fucking go.
You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Irgendwie ist dieses Foto auch voll süß. Ich meine, guckt euch Sakura an, wie sie am Rennen ist. Guckt euch Makoto an, wie er am Schwächeln ist. Guckt euch Hifumi an. Gut, weiter geht's. Guckt euch an, wie Hibo sich darüber freut, dass die Sonne scheint, Alter. Typisch Hibo. Ich sehe genau 5 Vögel am Himmel. Der 6. Vogel ist er. I figured as much. In which case...
Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
Du tust so, als hätte ich noch nie pretty important evidence in der Hand gehabt. This one too. It's just like I thought. Ich weiß nicht warum, aber ich finde Hina sieht richtig süß aus auf diesem Foto. Ich schwöre, das wäre ein richtig gutes Thumbnail, aber ich glaube für den letzten Part nicht ganz fitting. Wir nehmen das als Thumbnail für den School Mode irgendwann. Okay, das machen wir. Das machen wir auf jeden Fall. Okay. Ich hab weggedrückt.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Achso, ich hab das schon gelesen, okay.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
Idiot.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Ja, die Person, die das Foto bekommen hat, ist nie in dem Foto drin.
I got it! In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Ja, mach mal.
In other words,
Oh.
Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
Ich hätte die anderen Fotos eigentlich auch screenshotten sollen. Also jetzt abgesehen von dem, dazu hatte ich jetzt keine Gelegenheit. Aber für den School Mode. Weil nur das eine ist ja langweilig. Ich will eigentlich alle im School... Mann ey. Verdammt, egal. Der School Mode klingt... Ist eigentlich auch nur für die Freetime Events heute, ich weiß. Von daher ist es auch egal.
But we each saw our picture. Just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Ja toll, jeder aus der Makoto ist darauf reingefallen. Sogar Byakuya, Alter, was soll das?
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about Elgon's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I think there's something unusual. Hoppla. I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? Need to compare each of them one more time. Like, gibt euch dieses Foto, will ich das screenshotten? Naja, wirklich wie ein Perverser. Yakuyas Picture. Hinas Picture. Aber das, komm, das wird ein gutes Thumbnail für den School Mode. Komm ey. Komm, das nehmen wir. Das nehmen wir. So. Ich bin schon komisch, ich weiß. Havocs Picture. And mine. Okay, das screenen wir auch noch. So. Let's fucking go. Like, irgendwie sieht Hina auf jedem Foto voll putzig aus. Ich weiß nicht warum. Something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something...
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo. I'm still pissed about that.
Ach so, sorry. Hoppla.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
Jetzt geht's los,
But
Leute.
you know,
Jetzt geht's los.
Can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Guck mal, mein Eis weg.
don't get me
Lass uns
wrong.
hier einfach mal weiterlaufen.
I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
Yo, scheiße, ich bin jetzt irgendwie, Hilfe, lass mich bitte nochmal lesen. The reason I don't remember taking the picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason, some terrible reason, an unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Okay, ich bin gespannt. Ja, Lisa. Darauf wollen die hinaus. Ich weiß, als ich das Spiel das erste Mal gespielt habe, aber ich fand die Story so mindblowing, Junge. Mir hat mal irgendwer erzählt, ja, so, ne, wir sind ja noch nicht mit der, wir kennen ja noch nicht die ganze Story, ne, aber da kommt noch einiges heute. Da meinte jemand zu mir so, ja, die Story ist doch voll obvious, war von Anfang an klar. Denk doch mal nach, Alter. Ich hab da nicht so viel Mind reingesteckt, Alter. Lass mich doch einfach das Spiel spielen, Junge. Fuck mich doch nicht ab, Alter.
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Gruppenamnesie oder
Oh,
was?
I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense.
Makes
As
sense.
if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Junge, glaubst du, dass irgendwer dir geglaubt hat, als du erzählt hast, ja, ich bin zu einem Burgerladen gegangen und, die meinten, der Burger war 100% Beef und dann kam ein Alien und hat meinen Burger geklaut und ich hatte noch Burger übrig. Das heißt, der Burger war nur 30% Beef und der Rest war Pork.
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
Meine Geschichte ist glaubwürdiger als deine, Ivo. Weint Hina? Hina weint einfach. Süß. It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse. That's the absolute truth. They have no choice. You can't move forward until they accept it. Let's fucking go, Alter. Vor allem irgendwie sind Hina und Tibo auch die einzigen, die heute reden. Die anderen sind irgendwie ruhig. Interview-DVD, stimmt. Das deutet ja auch noch darauf hin.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory.
How would you know?
Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
So the idea that we all lost our memories.
It's totally stupid, obviously.
Okay. Ne.
Saying we all got. Since when did this turn into?
I promise you, ever since I remember.
No, it's wrong.
Ich überlege, ob ich mir Nudeln machen soll, aber ich glaube, es reicht. Ich glaube, ich habe heute genug gegessen. Ich hatte heute ein Steak und eine große Portion
Those
Pommes.
photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
Das war genau, was ich auch dachte.
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Leuten Peak Academy headmaster.
Ja, wie heißt diese... Es gibt doch diese Pornoproduktion, die auch irgendwie so heißt, so irgendwas mit Couch, keine Ahnung. Ich weiß es nicht. Ah, wie wir wohl alle in Leuten Peak reingekommen sind, ne? Makoto, was vielleicht mal kurz so die Arschbacken, ne? Ach du Scheiße.
When you say all of us, you mean
I mean all of us, including you.
you lied. I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself.
Ach so, ja, wir können einfach zum AV rumgehen oder was? Auf chillig.
The headmaster did in fact interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Warum ist sie die Einzige, die darüber ausrastet? Hibo ist irgendwie voll still geworden. Und die anderen, die sind auch irgendwie so, yo, ja, Byakuya steht daneben, ist so like, okay, ja, reasonable, Toko sagt auch nix.
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
Ah, Byakuya, du bist so smart, Alter, gerade jetzt, wo ich mir so gedacht habe, so, ey, du könntest mal reden, redet er.
Say that! We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Jo, der akzeptiert das einfach. Der ist einfach so like, okay, ja, dann habe ich halt meine Erinnerungen verloren. Aber wir sind ja genauso. Das hat uns ja irgendwie gar nicht wirklich gejuckt jetzt. Also wir sind ja so like so, yo, okay, ja, ist halt so.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could.
Jetzt geht's los.
Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
Du hast Worte, ey. Du sagst, hey, die sagt selbst die ganze Zeit, as long as I can be with Master, I have no trouble spending the rest of my life in the school. Toko.
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, cause it's all true.
Oh, danke, Monokuma, dass du alles auflöst. Immer so. Und ob du richtig bist, siehst du, wenn das Licht angeht. What?
I know it sounds absurd, but
Ich muss mal Peak
if
was
it's the
trinken.
truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
How could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, will you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains?
Wer sind wir?
Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost.
Ne, wir haben das Foto gemacht, mit dem Headmaster ein bisschen geplaudert und dann Peak Erinnerungen verloren. Wisst ihr, warum mich das erinnert? An Hero, ey. Junge, der Typ ist ja wirklich so... Oh, die müssen alle noch leben. Sie sind rausgegangen und haben dann das Foto gemacht. Oh ja, das waren noch Zeiten.
There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original
You
motive?
mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does.
Mir ist so schlecht, Alter. Ich glaube, ich habe zu viel gegessen heute.
But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Ach, stimmt. Deswegen sind wir ja eigentlich hier. Voll vergessen.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else?
Contribute to that. Well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, true mastermind. That's what we need to expose. Okay, let's fucking go. Mukuro Yusawa's profile.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away. Those masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
Nee.
Who killed her? Whoever
Das ist ja unlogisch.
that much I
When you... The mastermind
Of course, they have to be here.
What makes you so...
Exactly.
You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is a million miles.
Richtig, der Monokuma-Kontrollraum war das Mastermind, ja.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control it all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Scheiße, stimmt.
Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
Ich hätte wirklich einen Counter für diese Szene einbauen sollen. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
I figured as much, Alter. Wenn du das Mastermind wärst, dann würde ich mich umbringen gehen, weil du da heißt, dass du schlauer bist. Du bist kein Master, Alter, du bist dumm.
It's not me.
Er hat zwar sehr viele Haare auf seinem Kopf, aber das sagt nichts aus.
I blame Makoto.
Warum ich?
Why me?
Wie er direkt ausrastet. What?
It's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Ach, Ivo, du glaubst doch wirklich alles, Alter.
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Jo, was?
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Wisst ihr was? Wir haben gerade... Wir sind bei einer halben Stunde. Ich würde sagen, wenn ich um 18:30 Uhr Bock habe auf Nudeln, das ist in einer Dreiviertelstunde, dann mache ich mir dann Nudeln. Dann machen wir dann weiter. Machen wir. Ja.
But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
Ja, ne, Kyoko hat uns ja während der Investigation gesagt, beide Wunden wurden inflicted, nachdem sie gestorben ist.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Ja, sie hat uns ja quasi schon gesagt. Die other wounds
I
waren's.
got it! All of the wounds covering her body. that's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Ja, warum? The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days
It
old.
made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means...
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything. Come on. I
Hilfe?
mean, you think
Was ist
I'm
mit der?
not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Ach, Toko, du bist schon irgendwie eine Süße. Ich freue mich richtig auf Alter des Berggolds, weil ich das Spiel auch noch nicht kenne. Nur so ein bisschen. Mukuri Sawas Profile.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Are you finished?
You didn't deny me this time, Swimesy. You made me go all cutesy.
What the fuck ist mit dir?
Don't worry, there wasn't anything cute about it.
Hivo, endlich hast du mal was Sinnvolles gesagt.
Mukuro was... She must have...
Sorry, ah, scheiße.
No, it's wrong.
Ich krieg gleich wieder Peak-Punkte dafür, dass ich was getroffen habe, weil ich nicht hätte treffen sollen.
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
Was hast du für komische Fetische?
Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Anyway,
Wie angewidert er
we
ist.
can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school.
Ja. Ja, ja,
In
ja,
which
ja.
case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence.
Confident, Leute.
The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Okay, Muko's fatal injury. Ja.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If
Stimmt.
Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
Ja, Mastermind höchstpersönlich.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in.
Oh nein.
Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask.
Ich muss mich dringend rasieren, Alter.
The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
Oh Gott, ey, was ist denn mit mir? No, there's no way Mukuro was the one that attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. If you compare what we know about Mukuro and the masked attacker, it should be obvious. Oh yeah, let's fucking go, oh yeah.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hands?
Die linke Hand, wenn ich mich nicht irre.
You
Die
never
linke
saw them,
Hand.
so you
Das ist auf
can't
meinem
have
Controllerkabel.
any idea
Scheiße.
who was under that. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
So.
You're wrong.
Even without, there's another part of the attack.
Oh? And is it the right hand or the left hand?
Hä? Was?
You never saw their face, right?
So you can't have.
Was willst du von mir?
Now, it was.
You're wrong. There's another part of the attack. Oh? And is it the
Hä? Was willst du von mir, Spiel? Okay, ich habe keine Ahnung, was von mir gewollt ist tatsächlich.
You never saw their.
So you can't have any idea who was under that. I'm telling you now. Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. There's another part of the attack. Oh? And is it the right
Or the left hand.
Was willst du von mir, Spiel? Ich check's nicht. Ich check's nicht, Leute.
You never saw their.
Natürlich wollen die auf das Fanweir-Tattoo auf ihrer linken Hand hinaus.
There's another.
Aber wegen meiner Rechts-Links-Fläche war ich mir gerade auch echt unsicher.
Or the left. Maybe the. Or perhaps. Or could it be the hands?
Und jetzt sind wir tatsächlich an dem Punkt angekommen, ich muss googeln. Danganronpa plus while 6. So. Ja. Wo sind wir denn hier? Ach, fuck. Ach, fuck. Ich hatte den richtigen Plan. Aber wegen meiner Rechts-Links-Schwäche. Wir brauchen das hier, aber wir müssen es auf rechte Hand schießen. Und zwar hatte ich vergessen, wie rum sie gelegen hat. Ich wusste nur, dass die Hand in unsere Richtung gezeigt hat, als sie da lag. Aber ich habe vergessen, wie rum sie gelegen hat. Deshalb dachte ich, es wäre die linke Hand, aber es war die rechte Hand. Also wir müssen das hier auf rechte Hand schießen. Oh, ja. Weißt du, warum habe ich das denn auch nicht probiert, Alter? Das ärgert mich, weil ich googeln muss, weil ich hab das andere ja auch auf rechte Hand probiert.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you.
Ja, was hätte Kyoko sein können,
But
theoretisch.
what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
Also theoretisch, ne?
Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
So anyone could say anything. Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burnt skin.
Awful, isn't it?
Oh, tatsächlich ja.
It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
Nö, nicht wirklich.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
Nee, das wäre auch
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then, she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else the body could have been stored. The biolab.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Proof, yes. The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says Biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Hast du das auch bei deinem ersten Mal gesagt?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Ich find geil, wie die sich hier alle gegenseitig beleidigen. So wie Toko Hivo vorhin. Aber die sagen gar nichts mehr dazu. Die machen einfach weiter. Aber du hörst so dieses Dü-dü-dü-dü und die gucken auch so richtig so, ey, was soll die Scheiße?
In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Tschüss, du weißt, wer Mastermind ist. Tschüss.
Talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Oh mein Gott.
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
Inconsistency in the biolab. What should we be talking about?
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency of the biolab. Could you be talking
By
about?
the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
Was willst du?
What one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
Oh mein Gott, was? What? Stimmt, wir haben da gar nicht mehr dran gedacht.
Tell me you
Stimmt.
forgot about that video message. So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Ich glaube sogar dazu, also zu den ganzen Hintergrundgeschichten und auch ein bisschen von der Familie von den anderen, lernt man halt wirklich auch was in Alter des Spare Girls. Also da werden, glaube ich, auch ein paar Mysteries aufgedeckt, die wir jetzt so nicht aufdecken würden.
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Weil der Hurensohn, Alter, soll sein Maul halten. Ich klatsch den. Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So I want to shut him up. I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The moment of truth! Oh yeah, let's fucking go! Kampf gegen Monokuma. Kampf vor allem.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? Punishment is waiting for you. Are you sure about this? Are you sure?
Boah, der hat richtig viel Leben auch. Scheiße, das ist schlecht, weil ich habe sehr wenig Leben, weil ich bei dieser einen Sache da meine Rechts-Links-Fläche gekickt habe.
Are you sure about this? Punishment
Gott, ich krieg den Rhythmus nicht mehr hin.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this?
Oh, ich bin richtig schlecht gerade. Oh mein Gott, warum bin ich so schlecht?
Are you sure about this?
Warum bin ich so schlecht, Alter? Junge!
Are you sure about this?
Egal, Final Strike.
I'm not listening.
Das?
This should prove it.
Yes! Wie auch standardmäßig Biolab Secret ausgewählt war. So nach dem Motto, ah ja, das ist bestimmt richtig.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
Ja.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Okay.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Nein, that doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be on is
I
10.
got it!
10 Leute sind tot,
10
weil...
of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Weil Sayaka, Junko, Leon, Shihiro, Mondo, Taka, Hifumi, Celeste, Sakura und Mukuro.
Suspicious? Why? That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right. That's the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Ach, er geht's auch nochmal durch, geil. Junko was second. Leon was third. Shihiro was fourth. Mondo was fifth. Ich liebe das übrigens, ich wollte es vorhin schon sagen, ich liebe das, wenn man nochmal so alle durchgeht, die so gestorben sind, weil irgendwie so, das erinnert einen nochmal so, wisst ihr, so, ja. Taka was sixth, then Hifumi was seventh. Celeste was 8th. Sakura was 9th. And victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
Oh nein, ein Geist ist in Hope Speak Academy, Hilfe!
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her.
Richtig.
And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
Well, if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murderers?
The reason there are less bodies than murders. The explanation for those murders and victims. Myself. What would it take for that to make sense?
I got it!
The same person was killed twice.
What about if the same person was killed twice?
Killed twice?
Wisst ihr, ich habe an meinem Stuhl unten so eine Schraube, die ich eigentlich mal festziehen muss. Aus irgendeinem Grund ist die locker. Und aus irgendeinem Grund habe ich auch an einer Stelle eine Schraube zu wenig reingepackt. Unten, ich habe so einen Drehstuhl, so einen typischen Bürostuhl. Und da sind so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Rollen sind da dran. Und ich habe bei einer einfach eine Schraube vergessen. Bei diesem Arm, der da so dran hängt. Oder dieses Bein quasi. Und, es ist jetzt voll locker immer. Und ich will das mal festschrauben. Aber ich bin immer zu faul. Irgendwann hört ihr es krachen und ich bin tot, Alter.
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered. And then murdered again.
Ich schwöre euch, ich werde ein Best-of zu diesem Let's Play machen. Das wird richtig fire.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Tschüss, okay.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Wollt ihr eine lustige Geschichte hören? Ich dachte die ganze Zeit, dass der Körper, der nicht da war, der von Celeste war und dass die alle voll dumm sind. Weil Celeste in ihrer Execution ja verbrannt wurde. Ich habe das nämlich beim ersten Mal gar nicht gesehen, dass da noch ein Feuerwehrwagen... Ich habe ja auch nicht gesehen, dass Alter Ego uns gerettet hat. Vor 2 Parts. Habe ich bei meinem ersten Playthrough ja auch nicht gesehen. Und so habe ich auch nicht gesehen, dass Celeste von einem Feuerwehrwagen umgefahren wurde. Und ich dachte, sie wurde einfach verbrannt. Und deshalb dachte ich so, hey, wenn sie verbrannt wurde, gibt es natürlich keine Leiche. Hä? Voll die Idioten, voll die Typen, Alter, voll dumm. So, das hat für mich voll Sinn gemacht damals. Ja, aber das wäre irgendwie, das hat ja nichts damit zu tun dann auch.
That's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
Ich musste es tatsächlich googeln, wer es ist. Ich musste es googeln. Ich musste richtig viel googeln tatsächlich immer. Also tatsächlich, ich bin stolz darauf, dass ich es geschafft habe, nur einmal zu googeln dieses Mal.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious, because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Okay, let's fucking go, meine lieben Freunde. Okay, keine Ahnung.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu, whatever?
Und ich dachte wirklich, ich bin dann auch wirklich darauf geschossen. So, ich war so like, ja, macht Sinn.
Sakura Ogami?
Womit habe ich überhaupt darauf geschossen damals? Voll der Idiot war ich. Voll der Typ.
No way anyone was murdered twice.
Müssen wir das hier nehmen? Ich glaube nicht. Muko Gott von den Worms. Ja, okay, wir müssen Mukos Fatal Injury nehmen. Ja, haben wir schon. Hä? Oh, komm schon, ich habe eh schon so wenig Leben in dem Trial. Oh. Muss ich ihn dann nehmen? Das ist richtig, es ist Junko. Aber es ist doch auch die Fatal Injury, weil, guck mal, sie hat ja auch Wunden an ihrem ganzen Körper, weil sie mit diesen Speeren abgestochen wurde. Deshalb hatte ich kurz überlegt, ob wir den Zeitreise-Scheiß brauchen, aber wir haben doch extra diese Truth Bullet bekommen. Oh ne, jetzt habe ich die Bullet verworfen, weil ich es euch nochmal zeigen wollte. Ey, Junge, ey, also das File läuft richtig scheiße. In terms of Skill. Come on. Nerv mich nicht, Monokuma. Reicht jetzt. Genug Spaß gemacht.
Sayaka Maizono, Junko Enoshima.
Let's fucking go! Du kleiner Hurensohn.
Junko, wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
Britney Spears, oh yeah.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
And the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
Yeah.
Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
Wisst ihr, das Class 2 wird vor allem richtig lang gehen, Alter. Das wird safe heute ein 4-Stunden-Part, ey. Also ich rechne mit 4 Stunden.
Wait, so then... Yeah, what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Wie glücklich sie wird. Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro, but can you really believe that? Oh mein Gott! Normalerweise würde ich jetzt sagen, wenn das hier kommt, kommen wir close to the end, aber wir sind ganz weit weg vom Ende. Ganz weit. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was von mir gewollt ist. Nur 2 Minuten Zeit. Scheiße. Aha. Oh, scheiße, das ist richtig schwer. Oh, fuck, Mann. Was muss ich machen?
She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
Also das müssen wir refuten.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Do you give up? Fuck, Mann. Fuck.
The body we found in the garden.
Ich habe nur eine Wahl.
And she's still alive? That's right. So the
Identity is Mukuro.
Ich muss wieder googeln. Sorry, Leute, aber ich habe nur 2 Minuten Zeit und wenn die Zeit ausläuft, dann gehen wir Game Over. Und ich werde nicht Game Over gehen in diesem Spiel. Das glaubt mal. Also, Leute. Google. Junge, wo kommen diese Magenkrämpfe her, Junge?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Wir müssen das refuten. Ich weiß nicht warum, aber erstens das Zeitlimit und zweitens der Gedanke, dass das so richtig schwierig ist, den ich noch in meinem Hintergedanken hatte, macht das richtig schwierig für mich. Ja, aber natürlich, es macht Sinn. Natürlich macht es Sinn. Sorry, hätte ich mich jetzt nicht so damit gestresst, dann hätte ich es doch selbst hinbekommen. Der Körper ist nicht Mukuros. Mukuro Ikusabas Profile proved that, weil auch die Maße und alle gestimmt haben. Das ist Mukuro.
The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Some made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. The only person it could be. Ja, du.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Yo, was geht jetzt ab?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
Naja, aber wir haben doch schon gerade geklärt, dass die Fatal Injury similar ist zu Mukuros Fatal Injury.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it, I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say, she was gone. I did check, absolutely, and I can say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Let's fucking go, Kyoko!
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
Niemals würde er so leicht aufgeben. Er hat aufgegeben, er hat komplett aufgegeben.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I checked her. She was dead. I'm sure of it. But so, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko but someone else entirely? Maybe she was some kind of trick. Was? Scheiße. Ah, ich brauch R. Ich sterb heute, ich sag's euch. Ich brauch Replikat oder so. I, gib mir ein I. Ich habe heute Probleme, Alter, mit den Quicktime-Events. Ich hatte noch nie Probleme mit den Quicktime-Events. Und an dem Punkt google ich. Bevor ich Game Over gehe, google ich lieber. Hangman's Gambit. Replaced. Replaced, ja. Okay. Anderthalb Herzen haben wir noch, Leute. Ich will nicht sterben, Leute. Wir sind im ganzen Let's Play noch nie gestorben. Ich will nicht sterben.
That's it. What if she
That's
switched
it.
places with someone else?
Switch places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Eben nicht. Das ist genau das, was wir gerade sagen.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. Need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched. Switched at the beginning.
Got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Man hört das, wenn ich so aus Langeweile auf meinem Controller rumklicke, ne? Ich muss das lassen, ey. Das sind meine komischen ADHS-Ticks, Alter.
Then we'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
Ja.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Richtig.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Ja, wer dann?
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? But when did I do that?
So he still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter, because I've already figured it out. Try to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Hier? Ey, fick deine Mutter, Alter. Wenn ich Game Over gehe, ne? Hier?
I got it!
Ja.
I
Oh.
was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oopsie! Looks like it broke! Out of service! What? It just so happened to break just now? Now then! When? Doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
There was an imposter among us.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
No, it wasn't a fluke. The Mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Lunko's identity. The Mastermind tried to cover up another piece of evidence. I've gotta reveal that. Oh nein, nein, scheiße, oh Gott. Oh nein, ich hab 1,5 Herzen. Man hört richtig, wie ich am Klicken bin, ne?
Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about?
Scheiße, Alter. Boah, Junge, mein Auge tut doch gerade irgendwie weh. Komm, Mann, ich will jetzt einfach nur überleben. Es ist mir scheißegal, wie schlecht. Ich will einfach nur überleben. Komm. Yes! Yes! Wir haben es geschafft. Wir haben keinen Schaden genommen. Group-Foto. Group-Foto. Komm, schieß. Let's fucking go. Wir haben es geschafft, ohne Schaden zu nehmen. Oh mein Gott, Alter. Ich habe um mein Leben gekämpft gerade. Alter, ich dachte die ganze Zeit, ich hätte so irgendwie die Quicktime-Events in der Tasche. Ey, da habe ich vor 2 Parts aber viel zu früh gesprochen. Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we got.
Richtig, Makoto sagt dann ja auch noch, dass ihn irgendwas an den Fotos stört oder bothert.
There's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
Um 18:30 Uhr, eigentlich wollte ich jetzt Nudeln machen, aber ich habe so Magenkämpfe, ne? Ich glaube, ich lasse das.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures. Wir sehen ihr Gesicht nicht. Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Richtig.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think?
Können wir darüber reden, wie süß Sayaka in jedem einzelnen dieser Fotos ist. Man will sie so richtig knuddeln einfach. Sorry, random, ich weiß.
And on top of that, in this photo you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet.
Ich sag mal, wir sehen ja auch Mukuro und Junko auf einem Bild.
The girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko, which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
Ui,
With
scheint, das
this,
wär's
the
richtig.
identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait! Hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now.
Let's fucking go. Okay. Closing argument. Okay. What was the identity of the ultimate fashionista who I met in the dining hall? Ist das so von mir? Ah ja, wir brauchen das hier. Gebt euch diese Brüste. Uiuiui, ich habe ja schon damals für sie gesimt. Wenn ihr euch erinnert. Könntet der Mastermind keep Mukuro's body? The Mastermind attacked me with something. What was it? Das Survival Knife, das Toko gefunden hat. When the Mastermind attacked me. When the Mastermind attacked me, who was it that stopped them? Ist das hier? Ich hoffe, die Reihenfolge ist so richtig. Das Problem ist, es gibt keine Erklärungen zu den Dingern, die wir auswählen können. Hoppla, das wollte ich nicht. Es gibt keine Erklärungen dazu in dem Spiel. Das kommt erst später. Oh Leute, ey. Oh Gott, ey. Oh, wir werden noch so schlimme Minispiele machen müssen. Ich schwör's euch. What did the Mastermind do with the mask after they took it off? Und die wurde Mukuro angezogen. What was the condition of the dead body when I first found it in the garden? Ja, der chillte einfach da. Couldn't identify the mysterious body because it got blown up. Ich hoffe, das ist auch alles richtig so.
Is you. We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima.
Ja, ich kann folgen. Peak. Peaks, guck mal, da steht Peak, Alter.
In a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue. Until Junko decided to put her body to use.
Dun dun dun.
Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who proved to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me.
Immer noch. Wie kam sie in mein Zimmer
After
rein?
making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body.
After making sure das war ja eigentlich nicht ihr originaler Plan. Also eigentlich sollten wir ja sterben, eigentlich sollten wir ja oben im Garten liegen und Kyoko dafür geblamed werden. Also es war ja gar nicht geplant, dass Mukuro jetzt da liegt und, ne, also after making sure I got a good look at the map, das war ja eigentlich gar nicht so der Plan, ne?
This was all to make us think the
Love it.
person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. she needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning.
Richtig.
This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima. That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
Ist so, Alter.
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
Ui, du kannst noch sprechen?
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Was willst du denn noch? Ui. Ui, sie mobilt sich. Peace.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world.
Guck mal, wie entspannt Hiro aussieht, Alter. Der hat, glaube ich, noch nie neben so einer hübschen Frau gestanden.
We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, and some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Ach, für dich tue ich alles, Mami.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you.
Nein, du hast mein Herz gebrochen. Junge, ich fange wirklich an zu heulen. Was soll die Scheiße? So ernst ist es jetzt auch nicht. Das sollte ein Gag sein. Ach du Scheiße. Scheiße, was ist denn mit mir?
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind? She's the real Junko Enoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day, it was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Face.
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 Chihuahuas combined.
Das stimmt. So, ich bin ein extremer Simp für sie, Leute. Das bereitet euch darauf schon mal vor heute.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
It actually isn't, weil sie ja, wird doch gleich eh erklärt, warum sage ich's. No, I do remember seeing it. The first seen her too somewhere, was it before arriving at school?
That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it.
Ich glaube, damals hatte ich auch schon für sie gesimpt, oder? Ich weiß es gar nicht.
Wow,
Als wir das
you
gesehen
have
haben.
a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
Das hat sie ihm ja nicht gesagt, ne? Just saying. I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and Dank? Well, of course, those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to the hell and back. With like computers and Dank. Oh, so they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same, because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins!
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it.
Wusstet ihr, dass ich früher Twins mal richtig cool fand? So, wenn Leute mir erzählt haben, dass sie Zwillinge hatten, fand ich das mal richtig heftig, Alter. Weil, aber auch nur, wenn die Zwillinge gleich aussahen, ne? So, mein Opa hat mir mal gesagt, wusstest du, dass es Zwillinge gibt, die Jungs und Mädchen sein können? Und ich so, was? Wie denn? Die sehen doch immer gleich aus. Nee, tun sie nicht. Aber stell mal vor, wie heftig das wäre, Alter. Und du hättest einfach einen Zwilling. Wusstet ihr, dass es ohnehin irgendwie 7 Leute auf der Welt gibt, die so aussehen wie man selbst? Richtig heftig, oder? Das hat wahrscheinlich keinen jetzt interessiert, mir egal.
So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Geht's dir gut?
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the ultimate despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now.
Wow, Himo, du hast auch mal was gesagt, nachdem du die ganze Zeit da standest und einfach gelächelt hast.
Like
Queen.
I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself. But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over?
Ich würde es uns nicht sagen, aber ich habe mal irgendwie in einem Video gehört, oder ich habe irgendwo habe ich mal gehört, dass Mukuro ihren Nachnamen von Fenrir bekommen hat. Und ja.
Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
Bruder,
For my
was
plan
mit
to
dir?
work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra, unworthy of lines.
Jo, wie redest du über deine Schwester? Junge,
Being the utter
so
disappointment
rede ich über
that
meine
she
Eltern
was,
aber auch, lol.
anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
Guck mal, sie macht nicht den Ryan Johnson Move und subverted Expectation, nein, sie mietet unsere Expectations. Guck mal, ey, hättest du mal die neuen Star Wars Filme gemacht?
Can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following
What the
a plan
fuck?
to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring.
Alter, diese Stimme tut meinen Ohren weh.
So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal, just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Huh? This wasn't supposed to... Why? Me?
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
Naja, wir wussten ja schon vorher, dass wir uns nicht mit dir anlegen sollen. Als Monokuma fucking in die Luft geflogen ist in Part 2, Junge.
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope. I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair.
Tut das nicht jedes Kind? Ich habe tatsächlich nicht geschrien, als ich geboren wurde. Das heißt aber, dass ich einfach nicht geatmet habe. Dann mein Vater so, oh ja, gib mir das Kind. Und die Ärzte rennen erstmal weg mit mir, um mich zu beatmen, Alter. Gut, ne?
So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret. So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited.
Ach du Scheiße. Ach, oh Gott, was geht jetzt ab? Jetzt erzählt sie von ihren Kinks oder was?
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair.
Das ist so geil. Sorry.
It just feels so good.
Hilfe.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Ich lasse die Kommentare mal weg dazu, die ehrlichen.
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister and only as an example to someone else.
What the fuck? Irgendeiner von meinen Nachbarn redet irgendwas auf irgendeiner Sprache? Keine Ahnung. Über mir leben irgendwelche Ausländer. Keine Ahnung, wer das ist, Alter. Ich habe die noch nie gesehen, aber die leben da einfach.
She must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Ja, gut, ne?
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
I disagree with you.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Ach, du willst doch nur seine Kohle, Alter. Du willst ihn doch nur, weil er ein König ist. König, genau. Der Typ ist King Byakuya. Weil er irgendwann Member von diesem Supreme Council oder keine Ahnung was wird. Was er uns ja in Chapter 2, glaube ich, erzählt hat.
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
Tschüss, was soll das jetzt heißen?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
Boah, er wird richtig sauer.
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Wusstet ihr, dass ich mir mal ein Bodypillow von ihr holen wollte, aber es nur auf so einer komischen asiatischen Seite eins gab und ich mir deswegen keins holen konnte? Aber ich hätte mir ein Bodypillow von ihr geholt, wenn es das auf Amazon gegeben hätte. Warum erzähle ich das, Alter?
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer. So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries.
Er sagt es mit so einer Confidence, aber der Sprite sieht überhaupt nicht confident aus.
Then we'll have our victory.
Let's fucking go!
I can't wait.
All right, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrancing exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint.
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Ich habe keine Ahnung, was sie meint. Thinking back to what Monokuma told us. Memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to. The motive! Ach so, ja richtig, the motive!
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
Ich hab so Bock auf Nudeln, Alter. Aber ich will jetzt das Trial nicht unterbrechen, Alter. Also ich meine, es macht für euch keinen Unterschied, aber für mich...
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
Ältere Arbeitskollegen, wenn sie mir keinen guten Morgen wünschen, be like. Scheiße, wieder ein Video, das ich privat stellen muss. Ach komm, als ob irgendwer von meiner Arbeit sich ein 3-Stunden-Video ansieht, ey.
So then,
4
let me
Stunden.
ask you another question.
Der Part wird 4 Stunden gehen, das ist meine Prediction.
Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Ja, unsere Relatives. Human connections.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys?
Junge, warum hab ich so Achselschweiß, Alter? Ich war doch gestern duschen, Junge. Was soll die Scheiße? Ich hab mich nicht bewegt die ganze Zeit. Warum hab ich so
Each
Achselschweiß?
video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your friends. For example, your family.
Ich finde es so witzig, dass hier die Voicelines vertauscht sind, weil sie zuerst sagt your friends und dann your family, aber das ja eigentlich falsch rum ist.
I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results.
Du persönlich?
It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill.
Oh, bitte keine Lags, Alter.
But still, what a cruel thing to do.
Ist so, Alter.
You're
Wie
the one
gemein.
that did it.
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay, time for the next question. So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Ja, unsere Vergangenheit, unsere Past.
I got it!
The meaning of life.
It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah!
Jo, okay, ja.
And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question.
Ja.
So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Greed.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain.
Würde ich auch machen, ganz ehrlich. Also, okay, es ist illegal, ne? Ich töte niemanden für Geld. Ich bin kein Auftragskiller oder so, aber ich meine, in so einer Environment hätte ich wahrscheinlich auch bei Geld am ehesten gesagt, yo, Ja,
Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Boah, er wird richtig wütend, Alter.
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Blackmail. That's it! Monokuma blackmailed Olga to get her to kill us. Hey! What you call blackmail, I call doing business. Seriously, you just don't get it. Scheiße.
Shoot!
Oha, wir verlieren kein Leben, was? Betrayal. Ich war mir jetzt nicht sicher, Alter. Betrayal und Blackmail.
It was betrayal.
Was ist denn der Unterschied dazwischen, Alter? So peak ist mein Englisch jetzt auch nicht.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
Ich weiß nicht warum, aber irgendwie klingt sie notgeil.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Vielleicht bilde ich es mir auch nur ein, weil ich einen Quatsch auf sie hab. Oh Junge, ey. Aber das kann ich doch nicht hochladen, Alter. Ich muss den Part nochmal neu aufnehmen. Also, Freunde, bis zum nächsten Mal in Schlüsseldorf.
Relationships, secrets, money, betrayal?
Ja.
These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
Ja,
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
Ich habe jetzt irgendwie nicht zugehört. Was genau hast du jetzt gesagt?
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
Weißt du, wisst ihr, ich habe ja ADHS, dann kommen manchmal so random Gedanken. Ich musste gerade daran denken, wie wir irgendwann mal Freetime mit Byakuya gemacht haben. Und er dann so, ja, also ich bin schon heftig, ne? Und Makoto so, ist das ein Monolog oder was? Ach Mann, Byakuya. Und vor allem jetzt regt er sich darüber auf. Du bist nicht besser! Ich bin mir sicher, dass noch mal sowas kommen wird im School Mode.
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope.
Was?
Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
Warum habe ich Creme in meinem Auge? Aber nicht in meinem anderen Auge, sondern in meinem gesunden Auge. What the fuck, wo kommt die Flüssigkeit her? Alter, machst du nun zum Eincremen? Da bin ich immer noch am Heulen, weil Junko mir von mein Herz gebrochen hat.
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we so that you would have the desire to leave.
Yo, Peak Lag, sorry.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Mach ich mir jetzt Nudeln oder nicht? Alexa, wirf eine Münze.
Moment. Kopf.
Ich hätte mir so oder so ein Ding gemacht. Also Freunde, wir sehen uns gleich weit wieder. Ich mache jetzt erstmal Nudeln. Ach man, ey, heute wieder Peak Part. So, Freunde, wir können weitermachen. Ich habe mein Fenster aber nicht mehr offen, deswegen sehe ich nichts. Moment. Ihr habt Bild, aber ich nicht. Also ich habe nur so ein sehr kleines. Jetzt habe ich auch Bild. Kann sein, dass meine Mutter gleich langweilt, um mir noch Essen zu geben, weil ich habe ihr anscheinend zu viel gegeben. Wir lassen uns davon nicht abhalten. Ich mute mich ja eh, wenn ich esse, weil man hört mich sonst schmatzen, weil ich esse ja immer so, als würde neben mir einer mit einer Waffe stehen und mich gleich erschießen wollen. So esse ich immer. So, wo waren wir überhaupt stehen geblieben? Worum ging's? Ah ja, okay, um die Erinnerung. Okay, ja.
Which
Okay.
means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair.
So, sorry Leute, das war meine Mutter.
I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Huh? Really? Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing.
Ich hab nichts mehr zu trinken, Alter. Fuck mich voll ab.
See the outside world.
Die Outside World?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls!
Endlich, wir sehen wieder unseren blauen Himmel.
This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Endlich sehen wir die Welt wieder. What the fuck? Riesige Monokumas. Menschen mit Monokuma-Masken. Peak. Vor allem einfach der Eiffelturm mit Monokuma oben drauf und diese anderen Sehenswürdigkeiten, von denen ich keine Ahnung habe, wie sie heißen. Achso, ja, die Freiheitsstatue.
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right? What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial!
Hier. Okay, I'm in. Also, wir brauchen Genocide Lex Memory.
Come on, bitches! Remember or die!
Come on, bitches!
What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw?
Ach,
Just
Christ,
another
oh nein!
practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember.
60 Sekunden minus, Alter.
What am I supposed to be remembering? Nobody think this is the end for all of us. What other choice do we have?
Scheiße, ey. Ich darf jetzt nicht versaubeuteln. Ich muss am besten diese ganzen lilanen Dinger treffen, sonst habe ich ein Problem. Nein! Ich hab's doch getroffen! Ich hab's doch getroffen! Ey Leute, ihr habt das gesehen, ne? Ich hab's getroffen. Ihr könnt mir nicht erzählen, ich hab das nicht getroffen. I don't have the answer. Time is running out. If I don't do something... Scheiße, wir sind Game Over gegangen. Huh? Has the debate come to a close already? Has this development brought you splendid despair? It did, didn't it? Of course it did. You're not utterly hopeless, and my victory is desperately complete. And with despair in your hearts, you know what time it is. Are you ready? It's punishment time. Was? Nein. Bitte. Oh Gott, ey, danke.
I refuse to give up yet.
Oh, das ärgert mich. Wir sind Game Over gegangen. Wir sind Game Over gegangen. Scheiße. Aber ich dachte zuerst wirklich, jetzt kommt irgendwie eine Hidden Scene oder so. So ein Punishment Scene oder so. Okay, wir merken uns, die weißen Dinger ignorieren wir, die lilanen. Und es hätte zeitlich sogar gepasst. Es hätte zeitlich sogar gepasst, wenn wir nichts gemacht hätten. Es hätte zeitlich gepasst, Leute. Oh, bin ich wütend, Alter. Oh, bin ich jetzt wütend, Junge.
Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
Und da lohnt es sich wieder, dass wir...
Genocide Jack.
Da hätte sich der Skill wieder gelohnt mit dem, dass wir mehr Zeit haben.
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality is forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her? No, absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on.
Natürlich hört sie auf die Jacke, ja.
It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately.
Immediately, also, ja.
Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Wie casually einfach.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen!
Aye, aye, Roger, you got it, Captain!
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier?
I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm a quiet type, you know?
Alter, Junge, du hättest uns die ganze Zeit alles erzählen können.
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember. With a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Was?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event.
What is?
Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it.
Junge, ich brauche unbedingt was zu trinken. Also ich bin gleich wieder da. Ich erschrecke nämlich wieder fast, weil ich zu dumm bin zum Essen. So, Freunde, weiter im Text.
I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel.
Vor allem, sie sagt das auch so richtig casually alles so. Ja, ja, die Welt ging unter. Ja, ja, chillig, Alter. Ah, okay, passiert. Typischer Dienstagnachmittag, Leute.
Whatever happened, doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Es ist halt so, Junge. Guck mal, alles, was jetzt eine Rolle spielt für uns hier. Das spielt in 100 Jahren keine Rolle mehr. Außer jetzt so Dinge wie Klimawandel und so. Aber alles, was jetzt für uns persönlich eine Rolle spielt, das ist in 100 Jahren einfach weg. Stellt mal vor, sowas passiert in echt. Also, wir wissen ja noch nicht, was jetzt der Tragedy war. Ich glaube, da wird auch erst im zweiten Teil wirklich drauf eingegangen. Oh, scheiße, Peak Spoiler, ich halte mein Maul. Ja, obwohl, was heißt Spoiler? Ne? Das ist ja logisch, ne? Muss ja alles irgendwann erklärt werden, fein säuberlich. Der Anime erklärt auch viel dazu, glaube ich, aber ich habe den Anime nie gesehen. Also der Anime, der so dieses ganze Schulleben beleuchtet. Die ganze Zeit, an die wir uns ja alle jetzt nicht erinnern. Ich habe den aber nirgends auf Englisch gefunden, nur auf Japanisch und auf Deutsch. Und ich habe den nur mit englischen Untertiteln, glaube ich, gefunden. Und ich will ihn weder auf Japanisch gucken, weil ich kann kein Japanisch und ich hasse es, Dinge auf Deutsch zu schauen. Deshalb werde ich ihn wahrscheinlich niemals sehen.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
Damn, was jetzt?
What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Tagami family?
Scheiße, was wähle ich aus? Scheiße, irgendwas, komm!
Correct. Well done, peasant.
Oh Gott, ey, das war so, das war das schwierigste Quicktime-Event im ganzen Let's Play, Alter. Ich hatte schon Angst, nochmal Game Over zu gehen.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting. I couldn't help it.
Was wäre passiert, wenn da uns da die Zeit ausgegangen wäre?
Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think it might be a disease? getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
Ich habe aufgegessen übrigens, was ich sagen wollte. Do you think I might be sick? Ein bisschen. Sie ist so eine Traumfrau, Alter. Bitte fick mich. Alter, komm. Jetzt habe ich straight up gesagt, Alter. Komm, bitte, bitte halt die Fresse, Junge.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Hätte er das nicht eigentlich in seinem Motive-Video sehen müssen? Ich frage mich echt, was die anderen in ihrem Motive-Video gesehen haben. Like, der wird ja wohl... Das ist doch das, was am likesten ist, dass er es in seinem Motive-Video sieht, oder?
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop? And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on! That doesn't make any sense!
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago!
Warum? Wir haben doch alle unsere Erinnerungen verloren, vergessen?
I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago!
Ja, wir haben doch schon clarified, dass wir alle unsere Erinnerungen verloren haben. Bist du dumm oder so? Voll der Typ, Alter.
If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened to...
Huh? 2 years ago?
Ach, scheiße, ich bin auf den Knopf gekommen. What happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right? Okay.
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Tschüss. Das heißt, Hiro ist eigentlich 2 Jahre älter. Warte, was hat nochmal Hiro gesagt, wie alt er ist? 23 oder 25? Ist auf jeden Fall 2 Jahre älter. Das macht's noch schlimmer. Das Bro, obwohl, das macht's nicht schlimmer. Hä, was laber ich? Was laber ich denn jetzt schon wieder von der Scheiße, Junge? Hä? Voll der Typ.
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right?
Maybe.
What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
So, we have to answer somehow. We don't. Everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Lunko says is true. If we first came here 2 years ago. But the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. The memories they took from us. Our life at Hope's Peak.
I got it! If we accept that what you say is true.
Glaubt ihr, das heißt, dass Makoto und Sayaka eine Relationship hatten? Das wäre geil, Alter. Well, finally lost his virginity.
Then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. Nope. No. Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy.
Tschüss.
And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life. That's not possible!
I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Yo, okay. Ihr kennt den Drill. Wenn das hinkommt, geht's close to the end. Locker Notebook? Notebook, ja. Locker Notebook.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
You've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible!
Hell yeah, it's
I
possible.
haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Ist so, das habe ich mich vorhin auch gefragt. Ach ja, das ist schön. Aber auch geil, dass das so seine größte Sorge ist. Wie alt bin ich überhaupt? Yes, that's wrong. Oh yeah.
Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at.
Ja.
This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt!
Das hätte jeder andere auch sagen können, weil Hibo uns ja auch in Chapter 3 die Note, den Zettel geschrieben hat, wo ja auch jeder gesagt hat, yo, Peak Handwriting und so.
But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing. No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak, but somehow you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
Hell yeah! Ja, hat er
2
nicht.
years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right?
Oh, bitte erinnere mich nicht daran, dass ich nie Freunde in der Schule bekommen habe oder so. Ich habe mich noch nie, ich bin zwar mit Marlon, ist ja ein Schulkumpel von mir, habe ich ja in Twilight Princess Part 1, glaube ich, erzählt. Oder Part 2. Auf jeden Fall am Anfang von Twilight Princess habe ich erzählt, dass Marlon ein Schulfreund von mir ist. Aber hier, ansonsten ja noch jemanden aus der Berufsschule, eine Person. Aber die Person hasst mich, weil mich jeder in der Schule hasst, Alter.
And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you've forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
Sie ist so süß, ich liebe sie.
We are bored of this world.
We are
Everyone
bored
always
of this world.
talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out.
Ich weiß noch, wie wütend Celine war, als wir an der Stelle waren und sie die ganze Zeit so war, so like, Alter, kann die nicht normal reden? Die ist richtig sauer geworden. Und ich war am Anfang auch richtig irritiert, weil Von der Stimme her, aber ja.
This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Expositioning all this shit. Okay, Leute.
Figure out what?
Stimmt, wir wissen
Figure
eigentlich
out
alles.
where your memories come
Also.
apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Ja, als wir gefaintet sind, oder nicht?
I got it! When did I lost my memory? Can't think of any time other than that day.
Ja.
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall. When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right?
Richtig.
And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk.
Vor allem, als ob keiner irgendwie irgendwas Gesundheitliches zu der Zeit hatte und sich dann so... Nee, denen ging es allen super. Als ob keiner irgendwie was Gesundheitliches hatte, wo der sich so denkt, so, boah, Junge, hey, wo ist das eigentlich hin? So ein Pickel an so einer richtig unangenehmen Stelle oder man hat sich nicht rasiert oder so oder man hat einen anderen Haarschnitt plötzlich. Das würde mir sofort auffallen, Alter. So, ich habe ja das mit meinem Auge ich habe das mit meinem C. Ich habe ja so, wenn ich jetzt plötzlich 2 Jahre von meiner Erinnerung verlieren würde, ich würde das sofort merken an meinem Körper. Ich würde auch sofort merken, so an meine Haare, ich würde merken, ob ich einen Bart habe, so, ich würde das alles merken. Ja, okay, das sage ich jetzt nicht, aber so, also, komm schon. Als ob keiner irgendwie einen Pickel oder so. Es muss ja nicht mal sowas sein. Es kann nur eine Erkältung oder so sein. Als ob keiner einen Pickel oder so hatte und sich dann so denkt, so, ey, wo ist der Pickel hin, Alter? Als ob das keiner hatte. Ist doch nicht euer Ernst, Leute. Ach Mensch. Das ist alles so komisch. Anyway, weiter im Text. Ich habe mich gerade hingestellt. Ich muss einfach meinen Controller auffischen.
I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof, gone. Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other,
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school.
Heftig, Alter.
That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Oh ne, Moment.
Yep, that's what they revealed. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this.
Stellt euch mal vor, wir hätten uns nicht an das Most Tragic Event und alles erinnert, sondern nur an die Zeiten der Schule. Hätten wir uns dann auch umgebracht, wenn wir wüssten, dass wir uns so lange kennen? Oder hätten wir, wisst ihr, wahrscheinlich nicht, ne? Weil wir haben das ja jetzt nur machen können, weil das sind ja alles Fremde gewesen jetzt quasi.
I love you all so much.
Ich liebe dich auch.
What? Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love. So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it.
Das klingt sehr verrückt und ungesund.
All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
Sie ist crazy. The ultimate despair? All mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
Mhm. I agree, ja.
Back to when everyone first came to this school.
Ja.
School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end.
Nein.
And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
Okay.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it.
Nicht the most tragic, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. So heißt es.
I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Irgendwie, ich glaube, ihr Motive ist halt tatsächlich einfach, dass ihr langweilig war. Also, das ist oft gesagt worden, dass, zumindest im Anime ist es oft gesagt worden. Ja.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
Ja, okay.
And then, something super neat happened. Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once.
Okay, ich bin attentioned.
So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter. That's right. It was transformed into a shelter.
Das ist ja doch zweimal gesagt.
I said it twice.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
Der Headmaster.
I got it! It could only have been the headmaster of Hope Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy.
Ach, sorry.
That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
Tschüss. Die
We
Headmaster.
had that same hope. That's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea.
Das nehme ich als Thumbnail, Leute. Wir haben jetzt endlich unser Thumbnail. Ja, ich guck später mal. Ich glaube, es gibt noch ein besseres Thumbnail, das später kommt. Aber wir gucken mal, was wir überhaupt alles noch machen heute. Also eigentlich ist mein Plan, das Spiel heute durchzuspielen.
He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
Ach du Scheiße.
We trapped ourselves in here?
Keep lag.
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
Ach du Scheiße. Die hat uns absichtlich leben lassen?
You let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school deathmatch. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Wow, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. You souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
Ich hab doch keine Ahnung, Alter. Oh nein, Hangman's Gambit? Oh, komm schon. Ich habe eine Vermutung. Ja, okay, das ist es. Thank God.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing?
Wer schaut überhaupt noch Fernsehen heutzutage? Okay, das Spiel kam vor 10 Jahren ungefähr raus, von daher, es waren noch andere Zeiten.
By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
Fuck, ich wollte mich rasieren, während ich meine Nudeln koche. Ich hab's vergessen.
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Ach du, oh nein.
Expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Du hast doch auch 2 Jahre in der Schule mit uns verbracht, Alter. Wie kannst du das mit uns machen?
Sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's There's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Dann lasst sie einfach alle umbringen, kein Problem.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
Damn.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Oh, Leute, ey, wir sind bei 2,5 Stunden, Alter. Wie lange geht das denn noch? Okay, ich rechne ja immer noch mit 4 Stunden.
Tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then
Hoppla.
our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Truth. Full of despair. That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
Yo.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful. We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
Oh, locker hat man das jetzt in der Aufnahme gehört, wie ich mein Genick gebrochen habe.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it.
Wie casual sie das einfach sagt, Alter. Es gibt keinen Grund, warum sie das tut. Einfach, yo, I want despair. Hope, bad, despair, good.
And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Ein kleines Headlag hat's doch confirmed, oder? Oh.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself.
Kleines Headlag hat
So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Leb ruhig in deiner Welt.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all gunners for sure.
Ach so, was ich noch sagen wollte. Ich dachte, das Spiel würde es uns sagen. Aber am Anfang des Spiels, in Chapter 2, hatte Hivo ja auch gesagt, dass er in der Main Hall gechillt hat und irgendwelche Baustellengeräusche gehört hat. Und dann meinte Monokuma sowas wie, ja, was ist denn, wenn das Waffen waren? Und das waren genau diese Attempts, wie Leute versucht hatten, uns zu retten. Das hat Hivo quasi mitbekommen. Ja. Ich kann gerade nicht drücken, weil ich stehe gerade 3 Meter weg von meinem Controller. Ich dachte, ich würde länger reden. Hoppla.
Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true,
Habe ich aus Versehen was geskippt jetzt? Ne, habe ich nicht.
I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
Damn.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all
his shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us.
Frag mal Byakuya. Obwohl, Byakuya hat ja auch gesagt, hier, ne?
It's murder! Plain and simple!
Murder! Plain and simple!
You stole our memories. Invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
Richtig, ich muss nämlich auch irgendwann
What do you
trennen.
mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you?
Natürlich voten wir dich, Alter. Du hast Mokoi Kusaba getötet.
Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
Muss das geil sein, einfach alles zu können.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Majority Rules, Leute. Eine Person votet dafür, dann direkt verloren. Direkt. Zack. Junge.
It's just one person.
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
Was? Ich dachte, du bringst uns alle um. Wurdest du es nicht letztens noch gesagt im letzten Part? We all face execution? What?
I mean, we just...
Das Alternate Ending, in dem Makoto und Hibo und Byakuya Kinder mit Hina hatten. Das wird einfach real.
We'd have to just live here.
Naja gut, okay, aber was ist die Alternative?
Think you'll let us live.
Yes, immer als positiv sehen.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
I'd love to punish you, darling.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
Wisst ihr, als ich angefangen habe, dieses Let's Play aufzunehmen, hatte ich glaube ich sogar noch eine Freundin. Ich weiß es nicht mehr so genau. Und ich kann verstehen, warum sie Schluss gemacht hat. Also spätestens jetzt hätte ich auch mit mir selbst Schluss gemacht.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb!
Warte mal. Ja, okay, also wir können entweder hier bleiben, bis wir sterben, oder wir können
Dying
gehen.
of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all. So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment.
Ich bin dafür, dass Hibo gepunished wird, weil er ein Idiot ist.
You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down.
Och, warum können wir es denn nicht entscheiden? Jeder würde mir zustimmen, dass Hibo ausgewählt wird.
Makoto, you're up.
Ich? Warum ich?
Me? Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
Hast du nicht vor 10 Minuten noch gesagt, dass du uns alle liebst?
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them.
Obwohl, ich glaube, es war nicht mal vor 10 Minuten. Ich glaube, es ist schon länger her. Alter, Zeitgefühl während Class Trials ganz schwierig.
If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid.
It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys? It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right?
Ja, das wird schwierig, wenn schon 9 von uns tot sind.
That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko! One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
Oh, safe Hero, Alter.
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair. We're not gonna lose to you.
Das gefällt ihr scheinbar nicht, dass wir das gesagt haben.
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope.
And your stupid life.
The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them to not give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all. Okay, Leute, dieses Mal aber wirklich. Das zeigt, dass wir kurz vor Ende sind. Sorry. Okay, Leute. Folgendes, wir brauchen den Zeitreisefleiß.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
Lass uns einmal durchlaufen, okay?
that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy. By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here
Ist,
is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Peak Air Purifier.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Wie funktioniert das? Was ist für eine Technologie, dass die einfach aufhört zu funktionieren, wenn du stirbst? Meep! Ach du Scheiße, wie süß war das denn, Alter? Peak Anita.
You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Nicht mal er kann was sagen.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Also, Makoto stirbt ja anscheinend auf jeden Fall. Die anderen sind mir egal. There's no hope left in the world. When you sleep, it's on a bed of despair. The world is in despair. You are in despair. Cannot do something. Everyone's gonna be consumed by despair. Yo, wir verlieren Leben, weil ich's durchlaufen lassen hab. Yo, was ist das denn für ein Hurensohn-Move von dem Spiel, Alter? Alter, ich lasse das jedes Mal durchlaufen. Ich hab noch nie Leben dafür verloren. You claim there's no hope left in the world. If despair is contagious, like you say. And so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else.
We won't give up.
Okay, also wir lassen es nicht mehr durchlaufen. Bitte. Danke.
Don't lose hope now.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place.
Denk dran, du bist immer nur zu 30% richtig. Die 70% überwiegen, Bruder.
But to live means moving forward, right?
Yes, Hero, let's fucking go.
So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here.
Let's fucking go, Hero. Let's fucking go, Tristan.
The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
War dein Fortune-Telling nicht schon immer einfach nur Gut Feelings?
We won't give up.
Okay. Ich muss Hope nehmen. Ich muss Hope nehmen. Oh Gott, ey. Voll vergessen, dass ich Hope nehmen muss. Oh Gott, Alter. Ich wollte nicht noch ein Herz verlieren.
Decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted. The only reason we're up is thanks to the air purifier.
Ja.
Don't lose hope now.
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
Thorny?
Sounds like something she'd say, right?
Maybe.
I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
We won't give up.
Wusstet ihr, dass ich diese Nacht von Hivo geträumt habe? Ich habe geträumt, ich wäre in der Schule. Und Hivo war ein Mitschüler von mir. Und immer wenn ich irgendeine Schulaufgabe hatte, wurde ich mit ihm zusammengepackt, Alter. Musste ich immer mit dem Idioten was machen. Ach ja. Warum erzähle ich es eigentlich? Ich wollte es vorhin schon erzählen. Dann hätte ich voll die Atmosphäre ruiniert. Natürlich habe ich jetzt die Atmosphäre nicht ruiniert. Ne, ist ja logisch.
Don't lose hope now.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it. I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. But no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
Hast du wirklich deine Entscheidung jetzt darauf gebased, dass du Schule nicht magst? Ach so.
As long as there's hope. If I were to die, that would be the end of hope.
I decided to have.
By the way,
Lass uns gleich nochmal
the only
durchlaufen.
reason we're up is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, as the communal life you've all, I can keep on living. All of you will have to leave.
You'll have to go into the world outside, where only
Death and
Ja. Ach fuck, ich muss ja Hope nehmen. Ach fuck, Alter. Scheiße. Was habe ich denn jetzt geschossen? Locker Notebook. Hey, Byakuya, schau mal an das Notebook von Hero. Scheiße, Junge, was ist denn mit mir? Ach fuck, Mann, warum vergesse ich das? Voll der Typ, Alter.
all of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and...
Don't lose hope now.
What's the matter?
Er hat genau das gleiche gesagt, wie er davor auch gesagt hat. Einfach Punkt, Punkt, Punkt und dreht uns den Rücken zu.
You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair.
Ja, genau, Alter. Dein Gesicht sah vorhin noch ganz anders aus, Byakuya.
But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
we won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love!
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life, by whatever means necessary.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Don't lose hope now!
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the hell are you? So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip.
Digga, kann mein Nachbar mal aufhören, da oben rumzuklopfen, Alter?
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
Ich zu meinem Nachbarn gerade vor 2 Sekunden. Not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't talent you develop, but I still... Let's fucking go! By the way, ich habe mich gerade eben absichtlich gemutet, um die Atmosphäre nicht zu ruinieren, aber naja gut, ne, ich muss auch mal wieder reden irgendwann. Ich mache immer noch ein Let's Play und kein Voice-Through.
So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke.
Yo! Yo!
You're gross.
I just love despair!
Scheiße, ich hab gemisst.
So uncool!
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke.
Would you like to die?
Nein.
You're gross. Everything is pointless! Suffer from despair.
You're unbearable!
Junge! Warum geht nix? Ich drücke! Ich habe einfach irgendwas gerade gedrückt. Ich weiß nicht, was gerade passiert ist. Ich habe irgendwie voll den Rhythmus verloren. Und dann ist sie komplett ausgerastet. Ach fuck, ich habe meinen Skill gar nicht mehr an. Oh mein Gott, das lief so scheiße, Junge.
Despair into tomorrow. Despair into your memories. Despair into nothingness.
Ich wollte sie ausreden lassen. Ich wollte sie ausreden lassen. Nein! Das ist wirklich Peak Fail gewesen. Einfach nur, weil ich kein Herzen mehr hatte. Ist das euer Scheiß Ernst, Junge? Weißt du, nicht mal ein halbes Herz oder so wurde mir noch gegönnt. Nein, ich hatte einfach gar nichts mehr. Was eine Scheiße, Alter. Aber das Ding ist, der Nachbar über mir denkt sich wahrscheinlich auch, ey, kann der Hurensohn da unten mal leiser reden.
You suck! So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Your idiocy ends here. You're gross.
I just love despair!
You suck! So uncool!
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke.
Heute bin ich echt schlecht.
You're gross. Everything is pointless. Suffer from despair.
You're unbearable!
You dare to stand against us? No. You suck. against us.
Hope is a joke. Your idiocy leads me.
You're gross. I just love despair.
You suck.
So uncool.
You're unbearable.
Hope is a joke.
Ich frage mich wirklich, wie sehr man das Klicken hört von meinem Controller. Okay, Leute, also wir merken uns für Teil 2 eine Sache. Wir lassen die Leute nicht mehr ausreden. Let's fucking go, Makoto Naegi!
All I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on? What's happening?
Wir haben es geschafft, Leute. 3 Stunden Class Trial. Junge, 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 ey. Und es lief so schlecht, vor allem gegen Ende. 16 Phasen, das heißt, wir hätten 1600 Punkte holen können. In späteren Spielen kriegt man übrigens Punktabzug, wenn man stirbt. Also wir werden später aufpassen müssen, dass wir nicht lernen. Wir sind 3-mal gestorben in diesem Class Trial. 3-mal! Und jedes Mal war komplett unnötig. Einmal, weil ich zu dumm war zu treffen. Einmal, weil ich sie hab ausreden lassen. Und was war nochmal das dritte Mal? Ich kenne mich an das dritte Mal gar nicht mehr. War mal das dritte Mal. Das dritte Mal war aber auch irgend so ein richtig dummer Grund, ne? Oder? Ich weiß es nicht mehr.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
Let's fucking go. Das Monokuma-Vote. Also, ich oder sie. Und sie wurde gewotet. Ach scheiße, ich muss jetzt wieder lesen, ne? Oh mein Gott, ich war gar nicht darauf vorbereitet, heute lesen zu müssen, aber stimmt.
The hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Lunko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way!
Oh, that's just...
It can't be! You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
That's just... totally the best!
What the fuck? Sie sabbert! Huh?
So this is despair.
This is despair! We came to the school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister, Freund! To come this far and fail at the very end!
True despair.
It's the most ultimate despair! What are you talking about? Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste of the highest great despair. The utter failure of my dreams.
Despair?
I'm so hopelessly happy right now. Ich kann nicht schreien, das ist das Problem. Deswegen lese ich gerade so komisch. Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway.
So are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing. Outside is only despair, inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Everyone here said that despair is as contagious as any disease.
However,
The same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us and see how true that is. Kyoko!
No.
Oh, stop it! Stop! I hate those faces you're making! You see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain!
There's one last thing.
Fine, let me just say one last thing. If you guys wanna get all hung up on the word hope, it's no skin off my nose. But just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. Maybe you'll find some hope. But there's a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Of course, because we... Shut up, shut up! It was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
It can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to...
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is to take the despair of death that you only get once in life. So...
Don't get in my way! So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful.
Sie ist so crazy. Ich habe übrigens erst überlegt, das als Thumbnail zu nehmen, aber das wäre ja Peak Spoiler, von daher lasse ich's.
Even a tenth of this despair. Even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Sie kommt freiwillig mit. Normalerweise muss Monokuma die Leute so draggen. Und sie kommt freiwillig mit. Ach. Guck mal, wie glücklich sie aussieht. Ich habe noch nie jemanden so glücklich gesehen, der gleich sterben wird. Das sind alle Executions nochmal. Nein. Nein, 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 nein. Nein. Nein! Drecksding. Die 1000 Blows. Ah, du kannst gern 1000 Blows verteilen, aber an mich. The Cage of Death. The Burning of the Versal's Witch. Excavator Destroyer, Alter. What the fuck? Blast Off. Richtig, die Execution vom Anfang, als sie den Headmaster umgebracht hat. After School Lesson. Und da geht mein Crush. Da stirbt mein Crush. Die einzige Person, die ich jemals geliebt habe, stirbt. Hat sie das jetzt einfach dahin geworfen oder warum ist da Blut dran? Also, like, what the fuck? And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Wir haben es geschafft, Leute. Das Spiel ist vorbei. Das war es natürlich noch nicht. Es gibt noch einen Epilog. You received a Monokuma Hairtie present. Ja, wir speichern auf jeden Fall. Ja. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. It wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Lunko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Epilogue. Goodbye Despair High School. Ich werde das Spiel vermissen. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. Ich glaube tatsächlich, ich nehme das als Thumbnail. Ich glaube, das macht sogar ein besseres Thumbnail, weil es weniger Spoiler beinhaltet. It felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. He was stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure, but in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Tlunko, and in the end she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
Richtig, sie will ja quasi, dass wir gehen.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping dead. Makes sense that it would be our way out of here.
But...
You never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct. I mean, Tlunko never said specifically that she'd let us leave here alive.
it's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe?
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about.
Beautiful scissors!
If something ever happens to Master, I take my scissors and climb him so far up. Huh? Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and Master can get married? And then he'll give me a little jewel of a baby.
That's enough.
Please stop. It would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
Don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem. It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks...
Serious?
Maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. On the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie. Peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we are meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? I like the school. The world is really big, right? Since it's so big. I'm sure there must be some to spare, no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope,
in
right?
other words,
The act of searching for hope to try and find it. That by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into.
am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Tlunko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami Dynasty. Natürlich denkt Bro nur an sich selbst. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
You got it!
Well, my first stop is gonna be the closest donut shop. I can't figure out the rest from there.
Hey.
And what are you gonna do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts?
Okay.
Peak Pessimist, Alter. Mich wundert wirklich, dass der mich nicht hat executen lassen. I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just go out some vet. I get it now. If there's no world, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world.
Could it be...
That's my hope.
How about that?
How about that? Yes! I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagaku's life story is about to begin. How about that? Let's fucking go, Alter. Was habe ich nur mit dieser Voice-Line? Warum freue ich mich jedes Mal so, wenn er es sagt, Alter? Ich meine, das ist das Finale. Natürlich freue ich mich, wenn er es mir noch ein letztes Mal sagt als Abschied. Thanks, Hina. You've totally opened my eyes. Hey, personal space buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone. Even if the world is steeped in despair. As soon as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If we can get out there, and do something. Have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No, we can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura.
Und für uns heißt es Goodbye to Sayaka. Nein, Sayaka ist tot. Ich bin immer noch traurig.
But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
Ja.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
Oder nehme ich das als Thumbnail? Nee, ich nehme das andere. It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up. Oder doch, ich nehme das als Thumbnail. Ugh. Das Ding ist, ich kann nicht einfach den kompletten Bildschirm abfotografieren, weil da macht er einen Screenshot von beiden Bildschirmen. Das will ich ja nicht. Ich will ja nur, dass er meinen linken Bildschirm fotografiert. As long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can't show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open, with my hands, with our hands. Hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. Das Mikrofon nimmt mich voll auf, wenn ich atme, Alter. Ich muss aufhören zu atmen. Ja, Freunde. Das war mein Let's Play zu dem Spiel Danganronpa. Wer hätte es gedacht? Ich meine, ihr seht ja am Titel, was ich hier spiele. Ich meine, ne? Aber ja, das war's, Leute. Das war das Let's Play. Nach dem Abspann ist es vorbei. Eigentlich würde ich jetzt noch gern sowas machen wie die ganzen Galerien und alles durchgehen und die ganzen anderen Modi. Aber ich würde sagen, das machen wir alles im School Mode, dass wir dann auch mal gucken, so was gibt's alles an Stuff zu kaufen und alles. Das würde ich sagen, machen wir im School Mode Let's Play. Entweder am Anfang oder am Ende oder mittendrin oder mal sehen, ne? Man kann sich mit den Monocoins noch einiges kaufen, alle Bilder und alles, ne? Dann finde ich vielleicht auch noch ein Thumbnail für Part 4. Weil das hat nur so ein Standard-Thumbnail, was ich eigentlich für Part 1 oder 2 nehmen wollte. Ja, guck mal, das wäre ein Thumbnail für Part 4 gewesen. Ah, Mann, ey. Aber ich bin erst später auf den Trichter gekommen, spezielle Thumbnails für dieses Spiel zu machen, weil die Thumbnails bei diesem Let's Play einfach nie gepasst haben, weil du kannst halt nur diese Bilder nehmen. Und automatisch nimmt der immer irgendwie, wie irgendwer was sagt, so. Weißt du? Deswegen, ich mach das auch nur bei dem Let's Play hier. Bei den anderen Let's Plays stecke ich nicht so viel Mühe rein. Merkt man ja auch irgendwie, dass mir hier auch der Ton sehr wichtig war bei dem Let's Play. Und ausgerechnet hier habe ich ihn am häufigsten verschissen. Wie auch immer. Ja, es ist vorbei. Oh ne. Oh ne. Oh ne. So, Freunde, weiter geht's. Nein! Nein, der Abspann wurde geskippt, weil ich ins Home-Menü gegangen bin. Oh, danke an meine Mutter dafür, dass... Ach, komm schon. Was mache ich jetzt? Wir gehen nochmal in den Abspann. Einen Moment. Ich muss gerade diese Szene nochmal neu machen. Und war das vorhin auch so, dass hier einfach keine Musik war? Like... Hier war doch vorhin Musik. Die Musik ist einfach weg, Leute. Ach, Mann, ey. Dieser Part ist so voll mit Fails. Das ist unfassbar. Kommt die Musik irgendwann wieder? Kommt, ihr seid einfach live dabei. Ich skippe das einfach durch. Es ist einfach die Musik weg. Geil. Das hatten wir schon mal, ne? Das ist mir, als ich das Spiel privat gespielt habe, und ich habe das Spiel privat schon öfter gespielt, ist das nie passiert. Das ist im letzten Part passiert während der Investigation und das ist heute passiert. Aber warum, Alter? Anyway, ich war noch nicht fertig, während dem Abspann zu reden. Ich weiß auch gar nicht mehr, wo ich stehen geblieben war. Aber ich will jetzt nicht reden in dem Moment. Okay, Leute. Also, das war Let's Play Danganronpa. Ja, ihr wisst es ja schon. Ja, was soll ich sagen? Was soll ich reden? Was kann ich reden? Das ist die große Frage, ne? Die wir uns hier alle stellen. Also, Leute. Ja, ich habe das Let's Play sehr genossen. Ich dachte zuerst, es wäre irgendwie eine dumme Idee, dass ich das Let's Play jetzt so durchschaufel oder durchreiße, indem ich die ganzen Parts jetzt alle auf einmal aufnehme während meines Urlaubs. Aber das war eigentlich sehr erfrischend. Also ich denke mal, ich werde es auch vermissen, wenn ich nächste Woche mit dem zweiten Spiel anfange. Ich weiß nicht, wann ich mit dem School Mode anfangen werde. Ne? Das kann sein, je nachdem, ob ich Zeit habe, dass ich diese Woche damit starten werde. Kann aber auch sein, dass ich damit warte bis nächstes Wochenende. Dass ich nächstes Wochenende damit starte. Weil ich muss halt erstmal Parts dafür aufnehmen, weil ich habe den ja jetzt erst freigespielt. Deswegen, das wird sich zeigen. Ich will es hier in meinen Usual Schedule einbauen. Das heißt, es werden wieder 4 Let's Plays kommen für eine Zeit. Bis Meisterdetektiv Pikachu durch ist. Wie gesagt, Teil 2 kommt danach. Dann kommen die 3 Fangames und dann kommt Teil 3. Ja, ich habe sehr viel Spaß mit dem Spiel gehabt, aber wie ich schon mal gesagt habe, es gibt bessere. Das Spiel hier ist halt sehr basic, ne? Es ist basic, es ist lustig, man hat Spaß dran, die Story ist cool. Aber die anderen Spiele erweitern das Ganze um einiges. Und gerade die Fangames gehen dann noch eine sehr... Also die 2 Fangames, die ich gespielt habe, bei dem einen weiß ich gar nicht, was auf uns zukommt, ob es gut ist oder schlecht. Auf jeden Fall gehen die Fangames da auch noch eine sehr intensive Richtung, die ich sehr begrüßt habe. Und ich freue mich fast schon am meisten auf die Fangames. Ja, wir werden sehen. Wir werden sehen, was kommt. Wie gesagt, ab dann. Ich weiß auch nicht, wie es bei den nächsten Spielen aussehen wird. Ob ich dann 2 Parts pro Chapter weiterhin machen kann oder ob ich 3 brauche. Einen für die Daily Life, einen für die Investigation und einen für das Class-File. Das wird sich dann alles zeigen. Naja, ich war glaube ich noch irgendwas am Sagen vorhin, aber ich weiß nicht mehr was. Ja, wie gesagt, School Mode. Wir schauen dann uns auch wie gesagt die ganzen anderen Modi an und alles. Beziehungsweise die ganzen sag schon, die ganzen Dinger da. Was ist denn gerade mit mir? Die ganzen Events und alles. Die ganzen Dinge, die man sich mit den Monocoins kaufen kann. Schauen wir uns wie gesagt an in dem School Mode Let's Play. Wie gesagt, entweder am Anfang oder am Ende. Ich würde sagen, wir packen das sogar ans Ende. Ich glaube, das passt am meisten, wenn wir das ans Ende packen. Was ist das für ein Bild mit Sakura und Hifumi? What the fuck? War das auf dem Foto von Byakuya mit den ganzen mit Sayaka im Swimsuit? Oh mein Gott, sie ist so hot. Okay, chill, Alter. Ich hab sie straight up hot genannt. Oh mein Gott, was ist mit mir? Das habe ich ja noch nie gemacht. Alter. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, was ich sagen soll. Ich habe gar nichts mehr zu sagen, Alter. Ja. Ich glaube eh nicht, dass irgendwer noch dabei ist, oder? Also immer, wenn ich ein Let's Play geschaut habe, habe ich immer bei den Credits aufgehört zu schauen, weil ich immer so dachte, so ja, das Gelaber von dem Typen, das interessiert mich doch nicht, dem sein Fazit. Stimmt, man gibt im Spiel ja meistens auch noch eine Punktzahl. Aber ich tue mich mit so etwas schwer. Das Spiel macht viel richtig, aber es geht um einiges besser. Ich würde fast schon sagen, ich gebe dem Spiel eine 7,5 von 10. Einfach weil die anderen Spiele besser sind. Also, das Spiel ist echt cool. Ne? Das Spiel ist echt cool. Aber wie gesagt, die anderen Spiele sind einfach um einiges besser. Aber man spielt es trotzdem immer wieder gerne, weil es einfach so original ist. Like. So, ich weiß nicht, so. I don't know. Es ist auch auf jeden Fall das Spiel, das am meisten iconic ist. Also, Teil 2 ist in Sachen Iconicness irgendwie bei mir ganz weit unten. Ja, genau. Obwohl Teil 2 auch manchmal ein paar iconic Sachen hat. Wir werden auf jeden Fall sehr viel Spaß noch haben. Das kann ich euch versprechen. Wird noch lange gehen, diese Let's Play-Reihe, tatsächlich. Ich meine, wir müssen noch 5 weitere Spiele spielen. Und das ging jetzt auch nur so schnell, weil ich jetzt, wie gesagt, das Ganze in meinem Urlaub gespielt habe. Ich denke mal, Teil 2 werden wir vor Ostern durchkriegen, eventuell. Ich weiß es nicht. Es wird halt wieder nur ein Part die Woche kommen. Eventuell auch 2 Parts die Woche. Ich muss schauen. Weil ich aktuell nicht... Ich rede noch kurz zu Ende. Ich trinke aktuell nicht mehr. Ach, Moment mal, mein Bildschirm ist schon dunkel gegangen, weil ich nichts mehr gedrückt habe. Weil ich aktuell nicht mehr trinke. Aber ich weiß nicht, ob ich das beibehalte, dass ich nicht trinken werde. Aber wenn ich es beibehalte, kann ich auch 2 Parts die Woche bringen. Wenn ich das mit dem Trinken wieder anfangen sollte, dann gibt es halt nur einen Part die Woche. Wir können es ja offen lassen. Ich meine, ich habe ja keinen Drang oder keinen Druck dazu. Ich kann 2 Parts die Woche bringen, ich kann es aber auch lassen. Wir bleiben dabei, okay? Aber auf jeden Fall wird kein Part mehr kommen, wenn ich am nächsten Tag arbeiten muss. Heute, das war eine Ausnahme. Das war eine komplette Ausnahme, weil ich das Spiel durchbringen wollte. Zukünftig werde ich mich an meinen Versprechen halten und nur noch Parts am Wochenende bringen. Außer halt, wie gesagt, ich habe wieder Urlaub. With that said, Monokuma.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed.
Ist Monokuma jetzt ein eigenes Leben, ein eigenes Being?
Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
Das soll wohl ein kleiner Teaser sein für Teil 2, also seid gespannt. Wo ist mein Ton hin? What the fuck? Normalerweise kommt da immer so ein Ton, so. Das war der Prolog. Also, Freunde. Ja, wir sehen uns wieder beim nächsten Mal. Beim nächsten Let's Play. Wisst ihr, ich weiß jetzt schon, dass das nächste Let's Play nur daraus bestehen wird, dass ich rumheulen werde, wie komisch die Leute sind und dass ich sagen werde, hey, ich habe viel mehr Bock auf das andere Spiel, weil da sind viel coolere Leute. Und dann heule ich am Ende des Let's Plays rum, ich habe das Spiel am Anfang gar nicht genossen. Es ist immer so gewesen, wenn ich das Spiel privat gespielt habe. Deshalb wollte ich eigentlich ein bisschen Abstand lassen. Ich denke mal, die 4 Tage Abstand, die wir jetzt haben werden, sollten reichen. Ich hoffe es. Und wie gesagt, die Leute sind ja nicht weg. Wir haben immer noch den School Mode. Also Leute, auf der Zeit, wir werden uns am, so an alle, die nur dieses Let's Play gucken, wir werden uns am Freitag oder am Samstag wiedersehen. Eventuell sogar schon am Donnerstag, aber ich kann nichts versprechen. Also Leute, bis dann. Tschüsseldorf.